cruising right along on the cushion project. You're coming too.
What started as a dream is now our reality. 6 years ago, we poured her ballast, raised every frame, cut every plank, and named her Rediviva. Ready for life back on the ocean, this year we're determined to set sail.
Would you look at that? I'd say that's the making of a fine cruising vessel.
We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for joining us. So Garrett is my foam cutting guru over here. He's figured it out, and
Something like that. Just give me a beer and a buck knife, I'll cut it all up for you.
Our port quarter, and probably the starboard one also, but that we haven't patterned the starboard quarter bunk. But our two big pieces for the port quarter have to be glued together out of the standard foam size.
This is my gluing station. Try to figure out which way the foam fits the best because they're all kind of like have a little weird shape to them. This is the second half of the port quarter berth.
So Garrett's cutting the last piece of foam that we have patterns for, and I'm working on the last piece of the dinette seating.
we are in full swing cushion production. 2 more to make before we get them on board. Then we'll have 5 more patterns to make. We started with Gorilla Glue spray adhesive, but found 3Ms to be far superior, as the experts suggested.
Alright, so we've just cleaned out and wiped down the port quarter, which we have all the cushions for, except for the backrest. And then we've got the bottom cushions for the dinette. So we're gonna go grab them up from the car and yeah, see how they look. Pretty exciting.
Tell me if I'm looking good.
And that should just be able to slide right back on. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Looking good so far.
Look at that. Not bad for our first time ever doing cushions.
Yeah.
So that's the height with the trim. Yeah, this one's definitely a little bit squished into place, but it looks great. All the way back there.
I think the color looks really nice too with the wood. And
Yeah,
still with keeping the charcoal back there too.
Yeah.
Like, I think it looks really, like, clean. Really sophisticated.
It's lighter, I feel, in the boat. Like, the color looked more brown to me before being in the boat.
Maybe it's just because it's next to all this wood.
Yeah.
Trust my feet.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
As I think it's definitely better too that we went with the high density foam, so we could go with thinner cushions, because now it's like your face isn't right up against the side deck like a coffin if you're sleeping under here.
Ah, yeah. So this is our double guest bed, or maybe when we're on
big quarter berth.
Yeah, or the watch bunk maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna make the patterns, I think, for that one maybe today and get started on that.
If we have people come stay, it's easy enough. It's not too far back to where if you got a bag, you can just kind of huck your bag up against the little half bulkhead back there.
At least put like some type of trim just to keep the cushion where we want it. And then we've got to decide maybe just like some net or something there. And then trim still to go there.
I think you will probably stitch some canvas with little those little twist locks.
Yeah.
And yeah, that way you can just pop the twist locks off and lay it down. But yeah, when you don't need access back there, it'll just keep your stuff from falling back there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be nice. Let's see how the dinette seats look now.
They fit, but they're definitely a bit tight.
But that'll probably help them stay in, you know?
Mm-hmm. This one fits great.
Yeah, this one fits perfect. And it's funny because it's the first one we did. And then we decided just to squish it around our trim because, it's not that big and it doesn't look that weird. And it makes it a lot more simple to make.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's really nice. Real nice. Oh, it's gonna be such a game changer with the backrest on too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's gonna make editing so much more pleasant. See that height? Well, that's obviously too tall.
Definitely a bit shorter. Maybe like, barely-ish or something like that.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cushions already out of, I think there's like 10 or 11 in total for what we've worked into the plan at this point in time. Yeah, so the next, I think, more challenging part is going to be doing the backrest because it's lining up one cushion to the other with the pattern involved. So that'll be a fun test of abilities. But yeah, cruising right along on the cushion project.
So we're gonna pattern out the starboard quarter now. And last time I made the patterns before, I realized that we were completely out of our door skin pattern material. So I'm using a bunch of leftover of the cherry that I put down on the cabin sole. So they're kind of bulky and funky, but they work. I mean, the good thing about the cushions, which we've learned through the process, is like there's a lot of leniency. There's kind of a big, you know,
It's forgiving.
very forgiving. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can still make pretty nice, accurate patterns with this, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be super crazy, like, you know, finished carpentry or something like
Yeah.
that.
A hot glue gun and door skin plywood is what we use to make patterns. The door skin can be cut with snips, so it's easy to form to your space and gives you a more rigid template.
Alright, so pattern made for the back part and the front part for the starboard quarter bunk. Just do 2 nice big cushions. And then we'll make the pattern for this side, and I think I will try and do a rounded edge on the back cushion there. And then the other side will be pretty simple.
Done.
Yeah, that looks nice.
So do you know how you're gonna sew a rounded edge yet?
Nope. That's all the patterns we can make.
Cool.
But that's 4 more cushions.
And you just gotta label it.
This is the 4 dinette.
I think one thing I'm gonna do is just do that, so we know that.
Yeah, it's between that and that.
Yeah.
To help alleviate any confusion.
Yep, we weren't joking earlier. Garrett cut all our foam with a buck knife. There are a few recommendations out there that are 100 times better, but I asked Garrett for help, and this is what I got. No, we just didn't have an electric knife, nor did we want to buy one for this one purpose, and no bread knife either. So ingenuity won again, and our foam got cut. But most importantly, Garrett looked like a badass cutting upholstery foam.
Can I get your brains? So for lining up the stripes, I've already done that. But how I did the tops always before was like that. But now I can't. But now that's the opposite. Yeah, because this is the front face. So now that's not correct.
You can even make your marks just little ticks here, and then lay it down and line them up,
Do it on
and
the
then and then that should match up.
Now that I've completed the easier backrest, we move on to the more challenging round 1.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is the corner that's rounded. So my solution to sitting and staring at it and manipulating it is to just kind of make these little folds, and I've tried to make them as flat as possible. I don't think they're any taller than the corners. And, you know, we've got the awesome sewing machine, so I think I'm gonna have Garrett's help guiding it. So I'm gonna start back here so I can still do my, you know, backing to lock my stitch in place, and then have Garrett's help to pivot it around and then get here, and then I can breathe. These corners are a little hard where it's thick, so we'll see how we go. As long as we can keep fluidly going through it, with a little bit of helping pull, I think we'll be pretty good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go forward and back to lock my stitch.
If you want me to pull it and try to kind of steer it as well, I will, but
I think a little bit,
okay,
yeah, would help, especially when we get to the thick part. Okay, here we go. I think that went really well.
yeah, I think so.
Ooh, that looks pretty nice.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Here we go. Dinette is done.